Well, it's the 22nd of September, which in the Northern Hemisphere I believe is the autumn equinox. So back onto the cosy autumn blanket, and also the perfect time to reveal my winter project. This has just arrived today. Apparently they have a YouTube channel. A bit of hand spinning. So we have, now I got this from Amazon, we have a hand spinner. There's instructions in the box, but what do we have now? These are heritage wools. We have some dark brown, some nice white wool, some nice silver wool, but there we are. For softness, probably the brown one's softer than the other ones. But let's see, instructions. Apparently there's instructions in here. Let's fill it. So you can scan that and learn how to do it. Now, can I just make the point? Any of these products that I buy on my channel and look at on my channel, there's no affiliate links. I don't get anything if anybody chooses to go onto these pages. These are just things that I've bought because I like them and I just happen to be filming it. Because why not? So, looking forward to trying that. We'll try a bit of spinning, shall we? Are you ready for my new project that's going to see me through the long winter months? And it might take me that long to perfect it, if I'm honest. I hope you don't mind the change of scene. Do you remember me speaking in a previous vlog? I think it was a slip stitch vlog. I was moaning about my sofa, which was bad for my back, uncomfortable and extremely noisy, and I was going to get a new sofa. Well, I didn't get a new sofa. I did, however, get an enormous beanbag, which I would recommend, but it's extremely cosy and extremely comfy, but it is enormous. So we're through here today until I get it to settle down. Anyway, and by the way, I'm just waiting on, do you remember the bathroom situation? Did you see that short? It is getting fixed. They took the ceiling down yesterday. Today they're going to be refitting the new ceiling and putting in a light fitting. So that's all good. I'm just waiting on them turning up, so this might have to be a quick vlog. However, so here we are with my new project. This is what remains of it because I have had a shot. Just to test it out, just to see how I would go on. This is the result, okay? So I used the brown wool. It's not bad, it's okay. I think I did alright. Can you see that? It's not perfect and it's extremely uneven in parts, if I'm honest. And as I say, it might take me, look, see how uneven that is. But it is wool. Oops, I've just broken it. Did you see that? Yeah, it's going to take me the whole winter to get through that, isn't it? Yeah, I still need to practice. However, let's have another shot, shall we? Will we start on the grey wool? Now this is, I believe, carded already. It certainly looks carded, doesn't it? And I'm assuming it's been scoured. Although it still smells a bit like sheep. Not unpleasant, but let's see. Now, here's the spinner, which by the way, I've put a wee notch in because it was extremely annoying. The yarn kept slipping out, so I have put a notch in it. Don't try this at home because I did cut my thumb. The knife slipped. Even though I was being extremely careful, it still slipped. And I put a bit of ISP on it, so that's keeping it good. So anyway, what you do is you draft. Now I'm not using a leader yarn, I'm just going to do it straight on. So you just draft a bit. And what I've seen done before is you just create a wee loop and put the hook in it. There we are. And then twist it. That should work. So, but what you can do with the hand spinner is you would twist it as tight as, you don't want it too tight, but tight enough that it creates a bit of tension. And then what you want to do is park it. So I'm going to park it in the box over here just to keep it still. Then what you do is you pinch where the twist stops. This might be challenging with that sore thumb. I cut it right in the quick, what do you call that? Is it the cuticle? The bit right at the side of the nail, that's the bit that got cut, so it's quite sensitive. Can't press very well. It's holding me back a bit. But anyway, so you draft your wool. Just going to do a quick shot just now until the workies turn up to do my bathroom. But I thought I'd better come on. I'm overdue a video, a vlog, haven't I? Anyway, there we are. So we're drafting a bit. You don't want it to go too thin, obviously. And then pinch it there. And then that looks a bit thick, but we'll try. See? Now, the start of it's going to be a bit funny because I have just that up. So I'll just twist that in just to secure it. You might have to tie it. I didn't bother, obviously. But anyway, so pinch where the twist ends, draft a bit more. You don't want it too thin, you don't want it too thick, okay? So I need to move these carders out of the way before I end up in trouble. There we are. Now these wools, let's see, that should be alright. There isn't enough twist in it. So what I'm going to have to do is unpark my hand spinner and twist it again until it has enough tension. And then what you'll notice is the twist will jump up the bit you've just drafted. There we are, that should be enough. Park that up. Pinch where the twist stops. And then you want to pinch, can you see, you want to pinch where you want the end of the bit you've just drafted, where you want the twist to end. So I'm going to say about there. And then you should see it jumping. There we are. There we go, now that looks actually quite even. The brown wool that I did, as you saw yourself, it is so uneven throughout, honestly. It's a mess. Right, let's see, we'll draft another bit of wool. Here we are, that looks not too bad. Here we go, there we go. And then oops! Oh, it would come off, wouldn't it? I think we need more twist again, don't we? Now I'm just twisting it with my hand, like so. Okay. But you can drop the spinner and let it twist itself. It looks rather twisted, doesn't it? You don't apparently want it to over twist, I think that. I need to move that other card out. The way it's making me nervous. I don't think you want apparently too much of a twist because it breaks the yarn, they say. I don't know how true that is or if I've got that right, but that's what I've heard. So we'll go for that, will we? There we go. See how it jumps. So now we have a little bit of yarn. And I'm going to just draft a wee bit more. I shouldn't have to twist it again because there's enough of there should be enough of a twist on it. So just draft another bit. Now these fibres, well, you'll see on the website yourself if you go and look from the company that I got these from, that should be alright. So I'm just... Sorry about that spliffing noise, it's the box. I keep moving the box away because, as you might imagine, the more you do this, the more yarn you get. So, what's that? That should be alright. It looks a little bit thick, doesn't it? Let's see. Pretty even though, it's not too bad. It's better than the last one. Right, let's try another twist. I'll try not move the box, it must be quite, I don't know how that sounds on mic, but it's probably quite annoying. Right, and then once you've done enough of a length of yarn, you have to put it onto the spindle, don't you? So we'll get to that in a minute. Right, there we are, that should be alright. There. I think there's too much twist on this. It's kind of, do you know it's going into the kind of that telephone cord way where it off ankles up. I'll show you in a minute. Once I've drafted this bit. That should be alright, I think. We'll go for that. Yeah, look, see? It goes all fankily like a telephone cord. So I think I've put too much twist in it. But that's alright. I'm going to have to wind this onto the spindle in a minute. So what's been happening with all you guys? Oops, I've done it again. See, this type of thing does annoy me, to be honest. Let's see. Right, okay, there we are. Oh my goodness. You can see it's going to take me all winter to get this sorted. I don't think it's the best hand spinner, if I'm honest, because I think the hook should be bent in a little. See how it's quite a wide gap? Can you see that? I think it's quite a wide gap there. I think it should be in a bit more, you know, a bit tighter. And it could do with a notch in it as well that I've had to put in myself to hold the yarn. You'll see that in a minute when I wind this on. Hopefully that notch is wide enough to hold this. Look how, see, look, it's going uneven already. Look, there's a thinner bit and then there's a thicker bit. See, so you have to be. Oh, it takes practice, doesn't it? So I'm not going to worry too much. This is like anything else I've been doing. I'm going to wind that onto the spindle. It's beginning to annoy me because what I want is to wind that on, and then what I need is, wait, I'll show you in a second. I think that's actually got too much spin in it, if I'm honest. But what I need to do is, I don't really want, here's the notch. I need this bit. See, this has to go up and it has to go through that hook, so I need it to sit in the notch. Okay, so you have to put that notch. I want that to sit in the notch so it doesn't keep slipping around. And what I do is I sit it in the notch, I put it through the hook, and I put another loop in the hook just so as it holds. Okay, so I've got that kind of shape now. So what I'm going to do, I must lift that box, that must be annoying. Here we are. So I'll park that in there just now until I've drafted some. Now I have been warned about this, I've broken the rules already. You're not really supposed to leave that twisted because see, once a twist goes up into the fibre it's harder to draft them. But we're getting away with it by the looks of it. Not too bad. I mean, it's quite satisfying when you get into all this. And possibly satisfying to watch, I don't know, you'll have to let me know. I find it quite therapeutic to watch, if I'm honest. But maybe you disagree. It's still quite thick. It looks like this yarn's going to be a thick yarn. Right, there we are. You can see it beginning to jump up. That's going to be it's like a hawser, isn't it? Oh, it's jumped out of it's jumped out of the hook. Oh, honestly. See, like, this is what I mean. Hang on. It's very annoying. Right. Wait till we sort this out first of all. Where are we? So, right, see what I mean? It's jumped out the hook. But I'll just put it back into its wee notch and secure it again. And what I'll do is, oh look, the twist has jumped right up to the bit where I like, oh, do you see that? It's going right into the fibre. You would prefer to avoid that if you can, because as I say, it'll probably be harder to draft now. Oh, hang on. I'll just until I've drafted this on, and then I'm going to just fold this again. It's a nice fibre, isn't it? What do you think? It's quite soft. I like how they're all natural colours though. You know, they haven't been dyed. Much as I do like colour, I like the natural colours of wool as well. Right, now, slip it again, honestly. It's one thing. You do have to keep a bit of tension. Right, now, where were we? See how that's a bit thinner. See how that's quite thick and that's gone a bit thin. I have to watch that. Still practicing. So we'll just draft it a wee bit. Can you see that goes out? I'm just pulling gently. I'm not yanking or anything. I just want this a bit thick still. I don't want it too thin now. But it is quite thick. Honest. So I'll grab it roughly where the twist, the proper twist. Oh, it slipped again. Honestly, the minute you let it go, the twist has gone right up again. I'm never going to get started it, honestly. It does take practice, to be fair. It feels like Groundhog Day already. Right, let me see. I'm just going to twist this just now. See, it's beginning to look like wool, isn't it? Rather a thick yarn though, wouldn't you say? We'll start again, so I'll have to drop one in. Oops, that went a bit thin. So you get the idea, I'm sure. But currently we have, it's sunny today, but it is a lot colder. It's about 12 degrees. Did you see my last short about the winter? Yeah, I think it's time. It's definitely time to get crocheting, isn't it? It's definitely crochet season. By the way, if you're enjoying any of these vlogs or watching my journey and watching me trying to do these crafts and learning them, then please subscribe. It does make such a difference. I don't think we're making the end of September monetization goal, by the way, are we? Yeah, there's been, I don't know, I've just been waylaid. There's been too much going on for me to focus on this, as I keep saying. I'm hoping over the winter I can get a bit more on track. This is some size of yarn, by the way. It's so thick, look at that. It's like a steel hawser for a ship, isn't it? Wow. But there we are. You get the idea. So this should keep me going over the winter. What are you doing over the winter? I can't believe we're going into October already. I've seen conflicting reports. I've seen weather reports, that is. I've seen weather reports for Arctic blasts coming in imminently, and I've also seen reports about upcoming heat waves. So I don't know what to believe right now. See how thin it's getting at that end. Right, anyway, where were we? Just a quick catch up. Look at the state of that fibre already. What you're supposed to do, incidentally, which I did forget, oops, split off a bit. See how that goes into 2 bits? So I could have split some of that off. Easier to work with, you know? How did that happen? Right, so what I'll do is I'll just do that. And then, once it's okay if you break it, don't worry. Then, I can always card that. I might card that in a minute. Just want to find a bit where, yeah, there we go. So there's a long bit, that's what I wanted. So I'm going to give that a wee card just to straighten off a bit. Look at the state of this fibre already, honestly. Shouldn't be allowed. I shouldn't be allowed anywhere near fibres. Oh. There we are. I'll just card that wee bit to make it smooth again. See, these extra bits, I could, I suppose, put them back in, but what I'm going to do is save it for my garden, because the wool is actually really good for the plants because of the, I think it's the lanolin in it. Much rather a lot of fibre to get rid of right enough. Whatever. I could, if I wanted to, add that back in, but I might keep it for the garden. Now I have 2 smooth bits, okay? So I'm going to just join them on. They make it look so easy, don't they? Maybe twist it a wee bit and kind of just mix it in and all the rest of it. Try and get it all mixed in together. Then just draft a wee bit. So don't worry if it breaks, you know, because you just join it back on. Back in the game. It's more complicated than you realise, this stuff. Apparently, these spankles that you see, they happen at the thinnest points, which appears to be true, actually. Certainly in this case. Let me know if you've already been doing this type of thing, if maybe you're an expert in it. Oh well, I was enjoying it. I didn't mean to do that. Just pulled a little bit too hard. No idea what I would use this yarn for. It's extremely thick. Oops. Anyway, I suppose it's about time I went, I think, because the workies will be along soon. I just wanted to show you quickly my new hobby, Wool World. Do you recognise this dress I'm wearing, by the way? Remember this? It is very cosy. I usually work with more space. I don't have much space here, but you see how it's beginning to look a bit like yarn? It's not the best yarn in the world, granted. But it's a start. Hopefully by the end of the winter I'll be a bit more proficient at it. It's good fun anyway. So, oh no, look, it's broken. Whoops. Back to square one. On that note, I'll bid you farewell just now. I won't join this up while I wait for the workies arriving. They should be here. They're here imminently. And I'll see you in the next vlog. Remember and subscribe to keep in touch with my journey and see how I'm progressing, if at all. Hope your week's going well so far, and I'll see you in the next vlog. See how some people make things look easy? I'm one of those people that makes things look hard.